Hello everybody and welcome to the video. My name is Midway and today we're looking once again at some more The Walking Dead Survivors with the hand of Aptoid. More on that later, links in the description. But today I want to take a little bit of a look at the rankings in this game and see what we can really try and aim to get to, right? So to get to rankings, you just gotta click on your profile picture. You can see that I got myself a different one now. I got a little cat right there. That's my cat, by the way. But yeah, you get to the rankings by just clicking on there, and then you have the little rankings tab down there in the trophies, right? So once you click there, you're gonna be seeing different categories of basically rankings, and you're gonna be able to see who's at the top, right? So let's just go through this. We can see the individual rankings of persons, and then we also have the clan rankings. This is all based on your region, or rather your server, really. So depending on your server, it will be higher or lower. Newer servers will always have lower people, or rather lower power on their top persons, because they've just been up for less time, right? So let's go and check the overall power ranking and see what we can have right here, right? So as you saw, I had about 2 million power, right? I'm pretty much still just getting started with the game. I could be a lot higher in that department, but really, you know, I've not been putting too much effort into it. Obviously, spent almost no money on this game. So, yep, obviously these people up here are gonna probably have spent quite some money or just been playing for a little while, right? So, we do have some different regions right here. As you can see, the hashtag right there, 884, 883, 884. That is their region, or what they call it, whatever the server they are at. So mine is 883, as you can see down there, and I am ranked 765. So there's probably a group of servers that are all bunched up. I'm not sure which ones are for me, but as you can see, probably they are the following. As you can see, 881, 882, 883, 884, and so on. I don't see any 885s, maybe. So those are maybe the 4 ones that I am matched up with. So if we check out the first person right here, we can see this one individual with a picture of an Asian woman. Well, we can check out more stuff about them, right? So we just see the overall power, right? It's just the biggest number, that the number that they have as their accumulated total amount of power. We can see the clan they're in, UNT, right? So we can also get a bit of an idea of who's very strong around these matched servers we're in. And then we can see stuff like the amount of kills. This is much more into an amount of PvP, right? So whenever you kill enemy units, that's gonna be aggregating on this number. It's not a matter of individual battles, but rather total amount of kills of the enemy units. So you could kill a couple hundred thousand units, maybe whenever you are battling somebody, depending obviously on the level you're playing at. So you can see that it's not necessarily the person with the highest overall power that they are going to have the most kills. That really depends on how much do you engage with PvP events, or just be ganking people around the map. Now we can also go to losses and wounded, where we can see the amount of troops that we have gotten wounded or actually killed in the battles, and that pretty much matches the amount of kills, right? At least for the first one, you can see that they are very actively attacking people, so obviously they're going to be losing a lot of units. But then the number 2 doesn't really show up that high up there. There you go. You can see that the number 7 in this in the kills tab, they have about 10 million kills, but they have over 10 million losses, right? So they are not that strong, but they're really engaging a lot in PvP, and their losses are really high. As you lose troops forever, then you will have to spend resources to rebuild them. So obviously that takes quite some time, quite some money, right? Resources are money in this game, so that's kind of a waste, but whatever. That's really a way of just seeing how good you are, really measuring against the other people. Then you have the town hall level. Also just contributing to the overall total amount of power, but you can see that their town hall is adding up a total of 7 million. That's what I'm getting at, right? You can see that their town hall, the highest level on the bunch of servers that I'm playing is level 24, which is not that high. But you know, this is kind of a new set of servers, so it's kind of decent, I guess. I'm not sure for how many months these servers have been up, but maybe not that many, really. So as you can see, the one that had the highest amount of total power, they are close up right there. They have a big amount of power coming from their town hall. However, they don't have the highest level. It's just a little bit of an interesting thing to look at. Then you have the survivors power, right? So the total amount of power coming from their survivors. Now in this tab, you can actually zoom into seeing all their survivors and how much power they're individually adding up on the total. So you can see they have, I think that is 40, so in total amount of power coming from survivors is 60 million, and then they have about 40 survivors, I think, in this tab. If we go down, it's probably going to be capping up at some point, but you can see that they obviously have a lot of legendary survivors. They have a couple 1100s. Most likely those are their 3 formations, right? The one with the highest level. And then as you go down, you can see that they are not investing too much into the other survivors, but they also have, you know, some levels on them, but really just focusing mainly on the combat survivors for the 3 formations. So really having quite some good gear, really a lot of legendaries on their best survivors, and then they also have just full epics on the other ones, right? So as you can see, that is really adding up a lot of power, and they are making quite some investment. You can also go in the individual survivors and see what their level are, what the abilities look like once they reach this level. You can click on that stuff as well, see what the equipment adds up to and how much power every individual bit of equipment gives, as well as see the chemistry between the different types of survivors and the buffs they have active. So really a lot of information here. If you're trying to copy somebody else's formation or just see what the powerful players in these games are using, you can just go ahead and check this out, the rankings, and just try and copy what they're going for, really. Now, in the terms of technology, you can just see the amount of cumulative power that you get out of just having research. So this person that's not really that high up in the total overall power, they have a lot of technology power, really. They've been investing a lot of time and resources, probably just a bunch of money as well, in researching stuff, right? So that's also just a pretty cool way of checking that out. You cannot really see what they have individually researched, but you can see that they just have a big bunch of power, right? So that's just a way of being competitive about it. You can obviously also see your ranking down there at the bottom, but it doesn't really show too much if you're over 1,000. As you can see, I'm not showing anymore. Down there is just 999 plus. Then we have the development survivors, which are the other different kinds of survivors. In this case, there we go. This is separated between combat and development. I forgot about that. As you can see, we also have quite some investment from this player, at least on some of their survivors, really getting quite some epic gear on some of the more useful ones. For example, Zoe here will have some pretty decent skills that are most likely really being useful in this case by to produce ammo. Probably also assigned to some other building. In this case, just bullet production increase, but I'm not sure what building they are assigned to. Probably just a bullet production building, as well as Eugene, also very important in the department of just increasing the bullet production, really. And then we also have some of those that are increasing the building speed and such. So yeah, you can see where they are investing. This is really a very important tab if you're just really lost and not really knowing what you should be trying to focus on, in case you're just like wondering what to level up, what survivors are good. You just got a new survivor and you're really just trying to see, okay, should I level that one up, should I put the gear on that one or this one? Well, obviously for the lower ranks, it's not gonna be that big of an issue. Just go for the highest thing you can afford, like for example epics or any legendaries you might have. But once you are comparing individual sort of similar ranking survivors, it's a pretty decent way of just having a quick hint at what's good by just checking the rankings. Now if we go to gift, I'm not too sure what this is really, but it's probably just gifting. I don't know if like buying stuff from the store and gifting it to somebody. I know you can give stuff to your own alliance, you can donate and stuff, but this is probably just a gifting stuff really, about purchasing stuff on the cash shop. You can see here some more information about the leaderboards, but it's not really giving any information about the individual leaderboard we're looking at. So obviously I haven't gifted anything, so I'm not there, and just you can see there's only 12 people. So really I'm just thinking that this is just gifting stuff from the cash shop to people in the game, and not many people are doing that. Then we have charisma, which I also have no idea what this is about really. But it's probably something to do with adding friends to your list and like giving them help, or maybe something about helping speed up research or stuff. I don't really know, because I have 0, right? And there's not that many people in here involved. But since I am 647th, and most definitely there's more people than that playing on these servers, really no clue what this is. If you know, let me know down in the comments. But yeah, I have no clue what charisma is, and there doesn't seem to be much more information on that regard. And then we have benefactor, which also I'm not partaking in, and this person seems to be very high on the benefactor and charisma department. So yeah, kind of things that I haven't really experienced yet in this game, so I couldn't really tell you what they are about. But that's really all you can see about in the individual rankings department. And on the clan power, you can see more or less the same kind of stuff. That has strongest guilds or clans rather in the set of servers you're playing with, and you can click on that and see if you're able to apply to it. So if you're looking for a guild or a clan and you just don't really know where you could find a strong one, well, you can come here, find one for your server and just try and apply to that one if you can get an invite in there. Then you have also the same sort of situation here with aggregated kills between all the members. Clan prosperity, also as a type of metric, not really too familiar with it, but I'm assuming it has to do with conquering stuff in the map and possessing different buildings. Then you have the seasons prosperity, which is probably the one just applied to the season map. If you don't know what the season map is, check out my other videos. And then you will also have gifts, just probably aggregated amount of gifts given between the members of the clan, right? So that also is a way of just being competitive about being in a clan and just trying to get as much, or rather the most power in your set of servers so you can show up there in the relay boards. It's kind of cool, but really it just serves as a way for you to really just try and just push a little bit harder in the game and get a little bit farther. Then we also have something that you can check out if you want to just wonder who's really partaking heavily in events. For example, in the season events here, you can also see active stuff going on. You can see the region chief, who's like, for example, just appointed as a chief probably of the main region, the main building in the seasons map, right? So if you go to the season map, you can check that out, and then let me see if I can enter it. I think I cannot enter it right now, as you can see. Okay, I can actually. It's loading up, but there's a building right in the middle, right? There's different buildings you can conquer, and I'm assuming the one who's in the middle and who's assigned the president of that building, they are the region chief. Usually, they don't really need to be the strongest person in the game, but they are obviously gonna be pretty strong. And then, yeah, if you go out, and I think I just zoomed out into somebody else's building. I think that's my own building, the building of my clan, sorry. But let me just zoom out a little bit, and you will see this is the region map and who's taking some of these buildings. And yeah, these buildings are the ones that I'm talking about, the ones you can possess to increase the prosperity of your clan, and then just maybe become somebody assigned to be the president of such and such and such. But yeah, I'm kind of just speculating in that department. Those also are some rankings based on the seasons. But if you really just want to see who's very strong and what's or whether your server is a strong one, or you want to be changing, or you just want to try and find something you should be aiming to, or something that you maybe want to try and replicate, like for example the survivors, the equipment, and which ones are being used and leveled up, that's a good way of doing so. And yeah, that's just pretty much all I wanted to talk about. Now, by the way, if you're going to be spending any money trying to get high up in the leaderboards in the Walking Dead Survivors, you might as well do so by using Aptoide. Downloading the Walking Dead Survivors through Aptoide, and then whenever you make purchases, you will be prompted to spend that money through the wallet within Aptoide. That's also a separate app. I got a whole tutorials on how to set this up, and then once you do those purchases, you will be getting a cashback of about a total maximum of 30% extra whenever you do those purchases. So you basically just get extra value for your money. You can get a baseline extra 5% using my code down in the description right there, and then whenever you are doing more purchases, that bonus will go up and up and up, and then you can use the bonus to make more purchases within these games, right? So it's just get a better value for the money you're already spending. You can do so if you're playing these games on an Android device or an emulator on your PC. And as I already mentioned, if you want to find out how you can set this up for yourself, just check the link in the description. Check out the tutorial really easily. You can set this up for yourself in about 5 to 10 minutes, and then you can just start if you're already spending money or planning to do so in this game or any other Android game, or a game on an Android phone or an emulator on your PC. Then, well, you can just basically get more value for your money and be able to purchase more stuff within those games, spending less money, right? So yeah, hope you enjoyed that. Let me know anything you might want to know, any comments, any questions below in the comment section. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye. Check out Aptoide, and I'll see you next time.